All right, good Sunday morning, everybody. Just barely. It's 11:43 a.m. here in Pennsylvania. It looks like it's shaping up to be an absolutely exquisite day weather-wise. So last night I came on at I guess it'd be this morning, a little bit after 1 a.m. and thought let's have a little talk about different game considerations for the upcoming Ned McGreevy League. So we went over the strengths and possibly the challenges of a number of games. I think we went over about 6 games, and there were a couple that we discounted. Pure Sim, Strategy Baseball, and Baseball Mogul, for obvious reasons. They don't go back before 1900. Remember, the league is going to be 1871 to 1919. So those games are automatically out of the running. Dombrov, because it's just unfortunately, and I really wish Richard would really reach out to me. I keep hoping he gets wind of one of these to let me redesign the user interface. Let me give him a nice, great looking graphic or something, because presentation, in a lot of ways, is everything. And Dombrov baseball is in a very crowded market. It's a very, very, very good baseball game. Don't get me wrong, Richard, you did a great job. But overwhelmingly in the community, people have preferred the older interface. It was cleaner, easier to read, easier to navigate. It did most of what a good user interface needs to do. And I know that, I've emailed you a couple times about it, letting you know that the community is just not pleased with it. And, I remember your answer steadfastly as well. Some people have to accept change. Not all change is always good. This community is very, very open to change, as a matter of fact. The community has been embracing the new kid on the block, pocket pennant run baseball. It's constantly being improved. And Craig Harris, Matt McKeever, and of course their play tester, Paul Fay, they have been listening to player feedback and an adjusting the game such that pocket pennant run baseball has gone beyond its original intent as a kind of companion to make the cards and dice game easier to play or a little bit more convenient, whatever you want to use. It's become this just amazing game, pocket pennant run. I mean, on its own, and what's being implemented and stuff like that. So, but despite the fact that Dombrov baseball does take us all the way back to 1871, that's not a game that we're going to be considering. Full count baseball, we discounted at this point, because there is supposed to be a big patch sometime this summer. And, we certainly don't want to rush those guys. They brought back a very, very important part of baseball gaming history, and one that I'm especially chuffed about because I never got to play full count baseball. It didn't have the marketing muscle or anything like that, but it has everything. Pocket pennant run, what would be contingent upon that one being chosen, is something very, very simple: an implementation of a schedule generator, because I really, really don't want to have to do things outside of the game. So I'm hoping that the schedule generator for custom teams will be something that will be implemented soon. I've been really hounding Craig Harris, the developer for Pocket Pennant Run Manager, about the implementation of a schedule generator. I can't imagine that's something that's going to be too difficult. I just know Craig has been doing a lot of, he and Paul have been doing a ton of bug squashing and stuff like that, and the game is even more and more stable, more and more fun to play. So that one is in there. Of course, the front runner for me and remains is Out of the Park Baseball 26, because I envision this McGreevy League, this version of it, to be a career type league, where player development can take place from season to season. Not now, again, we're not going to do like Fields of Dreams. We're not going to, advance 1 year, go behind 1 year. That's their thing, and it's amazing how it works. But rather, what I had envisioned for this McGreevy League is for a chance for players to say, look, Ed Roush is in a bit of a slump. I'd like to, have him work on his contact more or what have you. And its customization is just insane. So I asked for some comments. Diamond Mine Baseball is one of the games that rethinking, talking about, and thus far it seems to be leading the pack, as it says on the 10. It's leading the pack, and I'm both kind of shocked or nonplussed, even if you want. I don't know, but also kind of I'm very. It makes me smile. Of all the digital baseball games that I play on here and that we take part in, this was the one I always felt wasn't as stream friendly, right? Because it doesn't have the, let's face it, doesn't have the sexiness of out of the park baseball. It doesn't have that sort of even the action PC, with its baseball cards and things like that, all kinds of features in both of those games. Baseball for Windows, with having an actual, having a Hall of Fame broadcaster call all these games. But it's this one with no sound, no animation, anything like that. I've also been noticing over the past few weeks that when I'm doing Diamond Mine Baseball, it seems to attract more people than out of the park baseball and action PC. Truth be told, I haven't played a lot of action PC this year. We did action PC for the first Ned McGreevy league. It worked really well. The problem is with action PC, and why it is out of the running, is I really don't feel like creating players from 1871 to 1879. I don't want to set up any expectations. And I think there's been a lot of people saying we want to try this with a different game. So the 3 games that are firmly in the running right now, but I'd like to get more comments. So hopefully people will catch both of these videos, and I'll keep checking comments either way. And you guys know I respond to most, if not all, comments, either by word or at least by an acknowledgement that I've read it, usually with a thumbs up and a heart sign or what have you. So the games that are still in the running are Out of the Park Baseball, Diamond Mine Baseball, and Baseball for Windows. Those are the 3 that are in the running because they've got everything. I mentioned Old Time Baseball, but there didn't seem to be any sort of vote for that. But I will let people know early on in this broadcast, just as a bonus. Look for in Discord within a few weeks. I'm not going to announce when. I'll probably just announce it's there or something, or I might not. So keep checking the Discord, because I'm going to be making a classic game available on the Ned McGreevy Discord, namely Old Time Baseball. Gives you 110 seasons of baseball, beautiful ballparks. You can choose between Mel Allen and Kurt Gowdy to call your games. You can do great drafting. It has the baseball time machine. It's a game that, along with APA PC Baseball for Windows, was far ahead of its time. It still is. I think that Old Time Baseball is kind of the grandfather, if you will, or even the father of MLB The Show. So that was the closest, and it was a very visionary product, and I think it would be fun for a lot of you guys to jump into it and play it. The limitations of that game is you only can use the ballparks it comes with, and that's it. So that kind of meh. Now, one person, while favoring digital or Diamond Mine Baseball, I should say, for this Ned McGreevy League, is about the feel, that it may not capture the feel of that time period. And certainly I think there's some truth to that. In Out of the Park Baseball, when you look at parks made by Mike Silva, when you look at parks by Miguel Severe, especially his parks, because he's capturing a lot of ballparks that Mike hasn't yet included. You get a sense, at least, a pretty good representation of what those parks might have looked like. So, with Action PC, of course, if you have, you have a photo, you have a ballpark, and anything, you can use anything as a photo. I thought it'd be really interesting to just do a weird kind of create a weird field in Action PC baseball to help advertise a non-baseball sort of art related channel I'm doing, but I won't go that far. So I really appreciate the feedback thus far. Last night or this morning, again, we had a great game between a version of the Cleveland Indians and the Brooklyn Robins, and that was an exciting game, an 11-9 affair. That was a crazy one. Should if it ends up being Diamond Mine baseball, I do have seasons from 1871 to 1919. Hey, there's John DFW. John, good to see you. John, I wanted to ask you. I know I'm always asking you about the Discord when you come in, but I haven't checked. Do we have a channel for Pocket Pennant Run baseball? Okay, so we have a vote for Out of the Park baseball. So actually, we have 2 1/3 or 1 1/3 vote for Out of the Park baseball, not counting me. Ken Castro mentioned that his top 3 are Out of the Park baseball, baseball for Windows, and Pocket Pennant Run, not necessarily in that order. So, we can do the draft here fairly soon without still having decided on the game. So, okay, we do have a PPR channel. That's good. Because as there's continuous updates in the game, and it is becoming something that Craig never intended, but joyfully so. And it's attracting people all the time. And one of the other reasons, and again, don't take this wrong, guys. I don't want to sound like I'm a hypocrite. So I want to be very clear. I always talk about, I'm not trying to build the channel. That's not what this is about. This is trying to build the family, because I'm never going to monetize this channel. And I just see the every week, sometimes twice a week, Craig's welcoming new members to the Pocket Pennant Run community. Playtester Paul Fay, he and I have a lot of discussions offline about the game, and he just talks about how many people are not members of Pocket Pennant Run, but have, I guess looked at the Facebook site, have heard about the game through various means, and asking them about it. People are buying it. It even has the stamp of approval of Ken Castro, which is pretty huge. So Pocket Pennant Run may expand this family more. And that if we would go with Pocket Pennant Run for McGreevy, those people are going to be interested, because for some people, Pocket Pennant Run is the game they're playing. I'm still leaning toward Out of the Park baseball. So John says that he's really getting to season ticket baseball, cards and dice. Once again, I have not heard a single bad. Nobody has had anything bad to say about that game. Clay really hit it out of the park. And I really wish at some point the plan would be for Craig or for Clay Dressloff to retire Baseball Mogul and do a conversion of season ticket into a digital format. Because if one thing, because of that, what I see as an artificial divide in the community between cards and dice and digital, is that he could do it, and it's not going to affect the season sales for the cards and dice game at all. So I'm really, really hoping. But again, there's not one person in this community that's come out and said this game sucks or this game is wanting. Season ticket is been a hot ticket, pardon the expression. So ordered the entire 1971 season from him, says John DFW. On glossy cards. Wow, nice. So he's probably saying to games whose card stock maybe have been in question of late, here, hold my beer and watch what I can do. So congratulations to Craig, I keep saying Craig, so I'm thinking Craig Harrison, Pocket Pennant Run, to Clay Dressloff for just this kind of amazing kind of reaction. All kinds of guys have been playing it and they're just loving the game. And I'm like, God, all right, I'm really missing out here. So, and that is cool. That is cool. And getting a good endorsement there by John. He's a very discerning baseball simmer. So, but that's kind of where things stand in McGreevy land. I do think that Pocket Pennant Run and Digital Diamond both have this kind of charm. The other thing for Pocket Pennant Run is it'd be kind of a first in a way, even though I'm not physically rolling the dice. It would be a cards and dice version of Ned McGreevy, and that kind of attracts me a little bit. But the big thing for me, though, is that Out of the Park offers something that no other baseball game offers, and that is player development, career mode stuff. And that's why I'm still leaning heavily into Out of the Park baseball, but I understand how polarizing the game is. So that's why I thought, okay, let's open it up to some votes. Hey, David, how you doing? And he says, I'm liking Season Ticket as well. Had a game-ending triple play from the rare play chart. Pretty cool. Damn right, it's pretty cool. Hope Tabby's well, by the way. So there we go. Here's somebody else. David, Baseball Demos. He's one of the pioneers in what we're doing on here, and doing baseball content that's not like classic baseball on the radio or Antonelli's kind of, he was up there kind of for an extended cup of coffee in the actual show, so a former major leaguer. But in actual simming games, David's one of the pioneers. He's the reason why I'm here, so you can curse him for that if you want, or bless him, whichever. Just remain silent. But he's one of the first to do this, along with the two Earls. And it was through David that I discovered this channel. And, David, again, a very, very discerning player. And so you guys are pushing me. I'm like, very subconsciously. It's like, should I not go all in on getting more and more and more tons of seasons for Diamond Mine Baseball and make the room here and start playing Season Ticket? So thinking about it. Aaron Reed, hey, there he is. Tenacious Earl's been streaming lately. Oh, wow. All right, I've got to find his channel. I thought he was gone. I'm going to have to resub. Maybe I'm still subbed. So it's good to see Tenacious back, and probably the most tenacious act ever in this sports gaming community was that 1980 Phillies replay. Everybody knows that one, Tenacious Strat. So that was that was the very definition of tenacity, to say the least. So so we'll, I'm going to kind of run this, keep checking. Oh, he's doing Appa Master. Nice. All right. So he and Dwayne doing Appa Master out there. John says that he never played Appa, but he says Season Ticket seems to be a blend of Strat and Appa. Well, therein maybe is part of the reason why the game is being embraced, is you're kind of getting the DNA of two fantastic baseball engines. Let's set aside the rivalry between Strat and Appa for a minute. Whichever camp you're in, you've got tried and true great baseball engines, both in Appa and Strat. Clay's been around a long, long time. And Baseball Mogul, I think, is an important part of baseball gaming history. I think Clay was smart enough to see that in the early days of Out of the Park baseball, it was not an easy game to get around in. It really, really wasn't. And created something that was more streamlined. And that's the same with Pure Sim Baseball. I think, though, that, again, Baseball Mogul is now being completely overshadowed by other digital baseball products. Digital Diamond Baseball comes to mind. We mentioned that one last night. There was not a single vote for that one. So I guess that one's not going to be in the running, which is fine. Excellent game. I actually had one vote by Clinton Parks, but I would have to play Strat or Status Pro with it which there is that remote possibility. Paul Fay is kindly visiting the United States, going out to Denver, but he has a copy of Status Pro Baseball that he's sending me for free. Just so nice, so nice. So don't be surprised though if you do actually finally see some cards and dice stuff here on the channel in the coming months. And it'll be Status Pro, kind of the way that Dwayne's doing APA with Digital Diamond. I would be doing Status Pro with Digital Diamond, and actually rolling the dice and maybe throwing a little sleight of hand here and there for you guys. Hi, Barbara. It's been so long since we've seen you. Great to see you. Great to see you, Barbara. Barbara, huge baseball fan. Get to see her. Well, she's a sports fan, but anyhow, all over. And she's so welcome here. And part of this family. So again, the sometimes when you're doing things like this and you think, okay, we're going to come out here, right? I mean, look at what Legends is doing with MLB The Show, and undoubtedly, MLB The Show, sexiest game out there, except for I guess Baseball Spirits. Now I'm hearing amazing things about that game from Japan. But of the games that we see consistently in our sports gaming network, that's the sexiest game there is, hands down. MLB The Show. Nothing's going to touch it. Closest to that, and as far as text-based baseball sims, is Out of the Park Baseball. I'm thinking, okay, people want something to look at, something that's pretty, whatever. And so this game was always relegated to when we would have our Saturday night baseball chin wags, and this game would just be running silently in the background. But then I thought, I love this game. I want to start broadcasting more of it. And it's been receiving more views than the other games, which is crazy. I'm still going to be playing the other games too, but it's crazy that the game that I really didn't think people would be open to is the game that's kind of leading the pack right now for the next McGreevy League. So we'll see. We will see. You're welcome, Barbara. Baseball Demo says, if you get a chance at some point, could you do a quick demo on how to properly install the PPR patch? Okay, so David, let me ask you a question first. If you haven't already created quote unquote custom teams, what I would suggest you do is just download the full version. If you are creating teams, then yeah, I can do a quick tutorial on that today, on how to just update it. But what I do, because for now, until the scheduled creator is implemented into Pocket Pennant Run, when a new version comes out, I just wipe out my old one and just do a clean install, because I'm not creating custom teams yet. There's just 2 files really that you have to copy over, and it'll work. So the full version works, but the patch doesn't. Okay. So David, what's happening? If you can just let me know if you don't mind typing a little bit. I'm just curious what's happening that's telling you the patch isn't working. Is the executable failing or whatever? Yeah, as long as you haven't, let me bring up Pocket Pennant Run here, because there's really just the bottom 2 database files that you have to move over. So if you're not doing anything up here on box 1, right, and this is creating teams and stuff like that, as you can see right here, I haven't been creating any teams. But if you did any of this, right, where you were bringing in players from different teams, or you were setting up a custom league, if you've done nothing here, what I suggest is just do a clean full version. Okay. Now, if you've done something like an APA Bats League and you've recreated all of that, then there's just 2 files you need to copy over, and I can definitely show you how to do that. Also, Paul Fay has on his channel really nice tutorial on how to properly install and update as well. Bart Lowe, welcome in. Okay, David, if you haven't created any teams, I would just say just download the new one. Just keep downloading the new ones. If you do start creating teams, which again, knowing your, going through your history in games, what you do, that I don't think I don't unless you've got some crazy plans I don't know about yet. I don't really think that you're going to have to worry about patching it as much. And it's really a small footprint. It's a larger footprint than Diamond Mine Baseball, but this game has such a tiny footprint on it. So that's what I would suggest you do. And Paul Fay's channel. In fact, David, he can do it better than I. So give me a moment here. And I'm going to have to mute YouTube on my side for a second. I'm going to give you the link to Paul's channel. I think he's changed it. No, maybe he hasn't changed the name. So 1 second. By the way, he did. He's put all the franchises from History Maker Baseball, the franchise great teams, in there. So pretty cool. Let me just get this, and I want to get to the actual video here, okay? Because he does it better than I do, David. I can explain it, but Paul is a play tester for this. So just 1 moment, please. Talk amongst yourselves. And let me see, Borderless Gaming. He's been doing some 19th century baseball, playing some AAA baseball, some Toledo Mud Hens. Pretty nice. Another look at history. Good God, he's been busy. He has been busy. All right, Paul, where is it? This is where I need Paul on here right now. Paul, where's the link to your tutorial video? Because he does show you how to do this. Come on, Paul. I know you've done this. Let me dig it up, David, and if not, I will reach out to Paul and ask him, because I think it would be really good if Paul, even if he would come on here now, that would be like bloody amazing. But yeah, if you haven't created any teams, so season replays, like if you've created season replays, if you're patching the game, you should be okay. But there are 2 files. Let me go into my Pocket Pennant Run. Let me move Diamond Mine out of the way here. Hopefully I'm going to the right one. There we go. Okay, so in Pennant Run, Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, everything kind of lives. So you got all your game sheets and stuff like that. So here's your game saves. But the one that you want to look for is in the DB folder, DB files. Okay. So you can see here, David, I don't know. Let me blow this up a little bit. Maybe you can. So I want to make this easier for people to see. Or just put your nose real close to the screen. There you go. Let's do it. There we go. That's nice. All right. So do you see now, David, if you're doing season replays, you will have to do the update. So you can see here, season replay database. Okay. So I want to, what you're going to do is just, you're going to be moving anything that's kind of like a season replay database into it. Okay. So things like here, like players database, these are all the databases of the game. You don't have to update these, but if you have anything going here, like a season replay, you would want to just move those files. That's my understanding. Again, because I completely just freshly install the game all the time, until I kind of get a sense from Paul. It's like, okay, now, go the wild and create teams. I just like this. So just make sure. So that way, if you start a replay, the one thing you don't want to do is wipe out the game and then have to start your replay all over again. Okay. So that's what I do. Hey, Robert, just thought I'd say a quick hello. Well, quick hello to you, my friend. I've been running into glitches all over the place on YouTube. Subscribers only mode. When people have it turned on, I can't seem to type in there. And work has been insane. I've got to work 5.5 days this week. severe understaffing at FedEx right now. So mea culpa, David or Robert. But I think you're on hiatus right now, right? I'm thinking, if not close to it. Today's Section 518 day. All right. Well, God grant you many years, my friend, as we say in the Orthodox Church. God grant you many more years, and lots more, um, lots more um, in your inimitable broadcast style. Okay, yeah. So David says he's going to grab his laptop and try what I suggested. So Robert's going to stream today a little later. Awesome. All right. Try to tune in if you know roughly what time that will be. 56-year-old. No such thing as old. No such thing as old. You're seasoned. No such thing as old. No such thing as old. I mean, unless you're Gandalf. The Gandalf, actually, if you know Lord of the Rings lore, Gandalf's actually immortal. So, but in the events of the Lord of the Rings, Gandalf's like, you know, when he sort of whatever, he's 6,000 years old. So okay, yeah. When you get to be 6,000, Robert, you reach out to me and we'll talk. David says he's 60. David isn't talking about being old either. See that? I'm 97. Here we are, hale and hearty, running 3 marathons today. It's all good. Aaron Reed says you've been playing so many baseball sims this week, but still trying to figure out Dombrov. What Dombrov? So the problem with Dombrov baseball, even if you're sightless, Aaron, right? You know, so I'm not picking on you, bud, but it is what it is, and you've been okay with that. It's the problem with Dombrov is the interface. We've gone over it. And in fact, I did a video a few weeks ago. It's like once you get past the bad interface and confusing menus, it's a good baseball game. And it is a good baseball game. It's just the interface is awful. It's awful. So David says he's retiring on 6th of June. He's looking forward to it. So that means lots more baseball on your channel, right? And of course, quality time, I know, with your loved ones and everything, but we expect to see, David, we expect you to be a machine. We expect you to actually out stream and demon Dwayne Martz, who does more videos than anybody, and they're all awesome. So looking forward to that. June 6th, man, you're coming down to the wire, brother. A few weeks away. Man, oh man. And hey, retiring at 60? I didn't even know that was a thing anymore in America, because they're extending the retirement age now to 70. So David, wow, man, congrats, brother. Congrats. Aaron, if you feel like typing just a little bit, what issues you're having with Dombrov, maybe I can help you. Okay, so David asks, so if I download the game as if I never owned it, well, yes, all the patches will be in there. Just make sure to get rid of any, what I do with Pocket Pennant Run Baseball, David, is I get rid of any other instance of it. I had thought for a while, you know, I'm going to keep the older versions, and I do have them up on my Google Drive just for nostalgia's sake, but I realize I'm not playing them. I'm not playing Helix. I'm not playing Goji or anything like that. So it was fun. I have them just in case anybody ever wants to see how the game develops through its lifetime and continuing many years from now, lifetime. But yep, just clean install, brother. Clean install. Okay, so Bartlett says Dombrov occasionally crashes on me and can't restore the game. I've never had a crash in Dombrov, ever. That's kind of interesting. I wonder what happened. So, is it reproducible, Bart? Because I would be glad to, reach out to Richard and say, hey, I haven't heard from you for a while, my friend. Hope you're well. And people are having, here are some issues people are having with the game. Is, could you address these? We'll see. Trying to import seasons. You did download a couple of seasons through the free website. Can navigate the mouse using your keyboard, but it takes a bit to do it. Okay. I mean, I can show you really well. I have to talk you through it really quickly. How you do that if you want. Now, Aaron, are you playing? But let me ask you a question. Are you using the free version or the paid version of the game? Because the free version is like, I think 95% functional. But maybe what you're trying to do is not there. But it has a great import function from Baseball Reference, which is new to Dombrov Baseball. So yeah, okay, she's using the free version. All right. Folks don't mind. I'm going to do a little bit of real-time help with Aaron right here because Bart plays the game too. So I'm going to leave this up in the background because I am going to do a Diamond Mine baseball game at some point here. Let's bring up, okay, hold your ears, guys. And I'm going to bring up Dombrov, and let's walk through it. And I just realized you didn't have to hold your ears because I'm not using StreamYard, or I'm not using OBS, so you guys probably wouldn't have heard that. Okay, so here we are. And like I said, once you get past this, now again, everybody knows this, you know, Aaron is blind. But for those of us even who are sighted, this looks like I imagine what a really bad acid trip would look like. And yet I've shown the older version of the game and it's clean, really nice looking. So this is just not very, 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 very good. So Aaron, on the front page, the splash screen, there's league and season tools. So when you click on that, hopefully you're following along. And again, I'm going to have to be very, very descriptive to you. You're going to find across the top, it's going to say rules and settings, profile, leagues, division, schedule, draft, and tools. Okay. So if you go to tools and you want to import teams, all right, you have a number of choices. So first, going down that whole list, you have backup season, export season to Excel, restore a season, import a season, delete season, copy, and set active season. Okay. And then create new seasons. So you can do it manually. And that's why this would be nice for the Ned McGreevy League, except for the fact that, you know, again, people are having a hard time getting, and I understand it. Okay, you can create a season workflow from a local database, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to create a season from the Baseball Reference website. So that's what we'll do. This is like the big one right here. Okay, the import season largely it's similar, but I like the one from Baseball Reference. So let's do Baseball Reference, and then you're just going to get a little pop up here. Converts baseball reference data into an SQL SQL-like database format containing only data tables used by the program. Click OK to proceed with the baseball reference workflow. So we click it, and the create season baseball reference web data uses blah, blah, blah. Click override to download a new copy. So it's going to download a new version of the Sean Layman database. Okay, and then you're going to get a pop-up, Aaron, that says it's done. Okay. Now, again, navigating it with your keyboard, I don't know, again, how your software works, but this uses pop-up windows. So I think you should be fine because you're able to navigate Action PC Baseball. Okay, so if I'm going too fast, yeah, it looks like hey, Philip, great to see you, man. So yeah, it kind of looks like a Marcus Neiman sports painting, but not as attractive. I mean, you know, there was that style that he had. I remember seeing that in like Rocky. Was it well, the one that he fought the Russian dude, Rocky IV? You know, and he's doing, and they were cool looking, you know, very much splashy and stuff like that. Good use of color here, not so much. Now, that being said, to be fair, there are things you can do to dress up the look of this game, but you can't change these fonts, which sucks. All right, so Aaron, what you will get, so you're in tools, you want to get down to create season baseball reference website, because this pulls data, so it pulls fielding data, it pulls everything. It's a longer process, but the season this thing creates is pretty cool. I just need to find a season that is, it actually doesn't matter. We'll just do it this way. Okay. Rocky 4, Ivan Drago. There we go. Little creative, Ivan Drago. That's kind of funny, Drago. Okay, so the next thing you're going to see, or the next thing, Aaron, your software should tell you. I'm sorry I keep using the word C. Select a year from the drop-down menu for baseball reference data import. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now, if you want to do a season, and I know probably you won't, Aaron. If you guys want to do something before 1901, you have to go to import season, and that's where you're going to create seasons that way, or other ways to do it. Okay, so let's pick something like, oh my God, what would be? I guess it really doesn't matter. Let's pick 1966. Okay, so right now there's a little thing that says, please wait while baseball reference data is downloading for 1966. So the tricky thing, I'm hoping, Aaron, that your software reads this stuff. So now what it's doing is, please wait while baseball reference. So this is downloading fielding for each position. This is what makes this thing really crazy, and why I wish Richard would just fix the interface. It's such a good baseball game. It really is. Bart, I should say I did experience one crash. Yeah, Aaron, hang on. I'm going to have to change things up a little bit, but we can do that for a moment or two. Hold on. I've just got to change up sound settings, because if not, you're going to be echoing all over the place here. So hold on. Robert and Barbara there doing some nice greetings with one another. I like that. Okay, hang on, Aaron. I'm finding my headphones. I didn't have my headphones on yet, or any of that madness. All right, and let me invite. And there you go. Hey, Jack, I'm here. How is the Dombrov baseball? Downloaded the free version. Okay, well, glad you're here. Glad you're here. Viva, we'll talk about it. Okay, there's the, there you go, Aaron. There's the link. So wait for you to come on. So, Jack, what I'm showing right now is how to import from baseball reference into this game. Okay. Just wait for Aaron to get on here. Yes, the Jack, what you downloaded would be the free version, and then if you pay to upgrade it, everything then opens up. It's full featured. But Richard has, I mean, the free version is pretty damn functional already. So you get a lot of time to test drive the game, unlimited time to test drive the game, really. So yes, this is the paid version I'm using. But I bought the original back in 2013, and another nice thing to Richard Dombrowski, for those of us who bought it in 2013, we got the new version for free. So really nice. Really, really, really nice. Other nice thing about this here is context-sensitive help, or content-sensitive help. So this will explain, Aaron, if you click the, if your software recognizes, and let's get him on here. Hey, bud, how are you?
Hello, hello.
All right, welcome in. So
Yes, sir.
try not to go too. Whoops, Oops, I hit the wrong thing there. Try not to go too quickly, but
Okay.
all right. So I don't know if your software reads, but a lot of the windows on Don Broad Baseball have a little question mark. And if you click that, it will open up a window.
Let me go ahead and share you my screen.
You're going to share your screen? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Just go ahead and do that, and I will
If I
bring it
ever
on
know
here.
to do this.
Okay, Barbara. Thank you. Thank you for lurking and hanging out. We will get to a game. Who knows? Maybe we even do a game in Don Broad. Who
Share
knows?
screen.
Yeah, and then I'll do the bit on my side once you're ready to do that. So I think it's really, really cool, Aaron, just how you've been able to, how you navigate these games.
What the heck?
Lurking is underrated, says David Baseball Demos. How about it? All right. Thank you, Barbara. She says she'll be waiting and listening. Don't know what game it's going to be. It won't be Out of the Park Baseball. I know it's going to be a game that doesn't have sound. So,
hang on a minute.
Well, that's not true. If we do Dombrov, I don't know that we've ever done a full 9-inning game in this, so maybe we should. Maybe we should. All right, Aaron, I don't see your screen coming up yet.
I'm trying to get it to do it. Let's see.
Okay, take your time, man. Take your time.
Hang on.
So you have to kind of hover over, I think it is. Oh, thank you, Barbara. That really means a lot. That means, it really does mean so much. Thank you. Samuel Smith says, good afternoon, oh my God, here he goes. He's going to spend more of my money. He says, new baseball book, Skipper, Why Baseball Managers Matter by Scott Miller. All right, I'm not seeing it on my side yet, Aaron, because I have to actually click. There we go.
All right, here we go.
All right, so we're looking at Aaron's screen. Okay, I have to remove mine and add Aaron's. Okay. All right, Aaron, what I'm going to do.
McGreevy. Let's see. Let me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I hear that's your software talking.
Stream league season functions and league season function.
Okay. So you're in the correct screen. Let me close this help screen.
Download Lawman BBREF database.
As soon as I figure out why this is being wonky. Wow, okay. It's like there's something going on here. Hang on. Maybe Dombrov doesn't play well with
StreamYard?
Wow. Yeah, because it is not letting me do a damn thing.
Huh.
Oh, that's okay. I'm just, because I want to be able to guide you through this.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying there, mate?
I feel you.
All right, I'm back. I fixed it. I fixed it on my side. Okay, so what you want to listen for in your software is create season baseball, or create season baseball reference.
Season baseball reference website.
That's it. Click on that.
Do I left or right click?
Left click.
Text.
You don't really
create season baseball. Okay button.
Okay, now wait, hang on. Having more than 5 seasons requires. Oh wow. Okay, so you need the. Do you have some saved seasons here you could get rid of? You can always re-download them. That's the problem.
I don't know how many I've actually got.
Well, you obviously have more than 5 because you're getting a little thing that says having more than 5 seasons requires Don Broad Baseball Sim Purchased Edition. Please consider Don Broad Sim Purchase. So that's why. Yep.
Let me see.
League season function. This PC.
Let me go here.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to. You have to get rid of some seasons.
Color items view. Item ACR 20. Items view. Update. Item.
So the software the voices you guys are hearing in the background is Aaron's software that guides him on where he needs to select things.
Let's see. Data.
Item.
Seasons.
Yeah.
Items view list.
Yep. Yeah. So you have. Yeah. So you were trying to rate more than 5. So, wow. I would say, I don't know, just get rid of maybe just one of them. Do you really need 19? Yeah. Just whatever one. I would just get rid of, because you can always, if you end up buying the game,
ATAS
help you buy the game. you'll be able to.
What do I do? Just erase these folders here, or what?
Yeah, pretty much just what I would do is like hit Shift Delete, and that should actually it would take one. It'll bypass your
Because the
it'll
only
bypass
one
your
that's only
recycle
one
bin.
the current one I play right now is 1976.
Teams of Decade 201X.
Okay, you could get rid of the other ones then.
Type edit file. Teams reports.
Do you know the Shift Delete
Yes.
trick?
8, 9, ATAS mod.
There you go.
Delete
Shift
multiple
Delete,
item
and there you
dialog
go.
or
And
seasons.
that way you don't clog up your
Order.
recycle bin.
Items view list.
Okay, go ahead and close
Reports
your window there.
League season
Your-
functions and tools. Draft
Okay.
tab. Tools tab select. Download Laman. Create season baseball reference website.
That's the one you want.
OK button.
Okay, it looks like you're gonna have to restart your Dombrov because
Yeah, it doesn't
okay,
know
but-
that I did this.
right. So go ahead and
League
click
season
OK,
function.
exit out. Now, in the meantime, what I'm
baseball.
going to do
StreamYard.
is I'm going to mute you while you're doing
Minimize.
this, and then just type in there when you're
StreamYard
ready, okay? Because right now your software is coming through at
Sorry.
the same time. No, don't say sorry.
Minimize.
Just type when you're ready,
StreamYard
okay?
is sharing your screen. StreamYard. Stop. Hide.
All right, guys, so we're back on my screen. By the way, Jose Alvarado, Phillies relief pitcher, has just been suspended 80 games for PEDs. Good. You know, maybe a little bit too late there for baseball, but I'm glad they're doing it. All right, so guys, what you're looking here, and I'm going to go over this again with Aaron, but what you're looking at here are the win-loss records for all of these teams. Now, when you're wanting to create a league, what you're going to do is we're going to select all these teams, okay? Seems kind of silly, I know, okay? But just hold Shift, boom, and down here in this, you're going to see how many teams you've selected. So we've selected all 20. Now, if you just wanted to do the National League, or you just wanted to do maybe the top 3 teams in each league, so remember, no divisional play yet in 1966. All right, so we're going to just leave this at 1966B. You can set innings pitch filters. I would leave those alone if you're doing just a straight season replay. Then you're going to click next. And now it's bringing in batting data for the new season. So it's already done fielding, everything like that. This game takes the longest to create a season, but with what it's pulling in, which is everything from Baseball Reference, it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait. Let me get rid of this help file here because I don't really need it. Hopefully this doesn't close the game. I don't know if it will or not. No, let's just wait for it to respond. This takes a while, so don't panic if you get this. The foggy screen of fogginess. It's doing a lot. It's not a crash. It's actually still working. So with Dombrov Baseball, you can pretty much create what you want. So if you want to go back before 1901, you're going to have to do this a different way. But let's face it, it's going to be like Ken Castro, Clinton Parks, Joe Murray, and me are like the only 4 people that are probably going to even go back and mess around with the 19th century. So that's not really going to be germane to pretty much most of you here. So let's just let this do what it's doing, and it's pulling in a ton of data. In the meantime, I'm going to bring in we'll bring Aaron back on. Okay, Aaron, you're here. Can you hear me? Oh, wait. There we go. Now you can hear me.
Hello? There we go.
Yeah. Okay. So now let's see if this works. So go down to create
Download
season.
Laman BB Ref. Create season baseball
Create
reference
season baseball
website.
reference website.
That's the one.
Text. Create Dombrov baseball sim. Create season.
Wow. Okay. So it's still having more seasons. Oh, wow. Having more than 5. I don't understand why that's doing that. It
I
shouldn't.
only have 1 season
Right.
currently right now.
That's bizarre, man. That is really, really strange.
I wish I could look and see what seasons I actually legitimately have as far as like, because the current season I've got playing right now, I don't know how the hell I did it, is 1976.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how I got that, but like I even downloaded like I don't think I have them anymore, sadly, but I downloaded seasons from the free website. I don't know how the heck I did it, but they were like in zip files. I don't think I have them anymore, sadly.
It must be finding them somewhere. It must be finding them somewhere. I forget how much this is. We probably should just get you the full version.
Yeah, because this is,
and then you just have it, brother.
I mean,
you know what I'm
saying? But I have been playing a lot of pure sim and strategy baseball. Yesterday afternoon, I did a game that went so long that it glitched the audio.
Oh my God.
28 innings.
Wow.
It was a 1990 opening day. Braves at Giants went 28 innings.
Jeez.
And it glitched the audio.
Wow.
He glitched the audio.
Do you have PayPal?
I do, but I don't have any money in it.
My question is, do you have PayPal?
Yes, I'm pretty sure I do.
I'll take care of you, brother.
I am pretty sure I have PayPal.
Yeah. So just private message me. I will check Discord for this, and private message me with your PayPal information, and I will PayPal you.
I don't think I remember it though.
I don't know. Well, it's the only way I can do it.
Right. I know.
Because trying to order this.
Right,
yeah. So when you can,
okay, but
just DM me. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just run through, since Jack was here asking about this, and you can listen. I still think it will help you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and mute you for now, just because I'm hearing your software.
Sure.
All right, brother. All right, brother.
Download Lawman BB Tools tab. Download text. Download.
All right, so here we are, guys. So now, when in Don Broad baseball, when you're doing a season this way, and again, 1966 is probably available on the site. So there's over 100 seasons, combined. Like there's best of decades and stuff like that. And there's a lot of seasons. So you really don't have to do this, but if I like this. All right, so you can up here assign player images. You can include year with team name if you want to. We're doing 1966 here, so we don't have to do this. We're going to just keep normalization to where it is, but definitely check assign year effects. Okay, then you can add or generate left-right splits. So you guys know what that means. I would say, yep, do that. You can select random unconventional splits if you want, but I wouldn't. Generate pitcher and batter cells. Definitely click that. Click generate player settings and generate computer manager. And then for lineups, you can choose with DH, no DH, both, or based on actual usage. So I'm going to do no DH and based on actual usage because we're doing a pre-DH season. So we're going to click next. And again, it's showing you all the teams that you have selected. And again, you're just selecting 1966. Click next. Okay, and it's doing its thing. It's busy. All right, now it's generating computer managers for all of this. You can also import retro sheet schedules into this. Hey, Chris, great to see you. Chris Slowick on his way to a new adventure in Cambodia. Okay, so now step 4, teams have been created. And what's nice about this, guys, is it takes you through what it's done on each step. So in step 4, teams have been created with the generated batters and pitchers. Select functions below to complete the new season workflow, then click on the next button. So your choice here is retro sheet schedules, retro sheet lineups, league rules and settings, team profiles, player profiles. Check them all. because then you're going to get as played schedules, as played lineups, and these. And again, it's pulling from retro sheet. Pretty awesome. So we're going to click next. Okay, continuation Lyman database, blah, 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 blah. So we're just going to go retro sheet. Okay, so now it's showing here that our new season workflow, we have done 1 of 5 steps. Click finish to complete league schedule, step 1 of 5 in new season workflow. So schedule to download. There you can see there are all the retro sheet schedules going back to 1901. So we're just going to select 1966. I know, putting that master's degree to work here. Boom, there we go. And so there we go, 1966 schedule. Let's import it. Oh, unable to import the associated. Okay, because because it has to do with team IDs. So this is the one little weird quirk you've got to actually look at, are these team IDs. Okay, you do have to change these. Okay, so if we look here, like, so you see like NYN. All right, that's the wrong retro team ID. For it to communicate with us, you just click this little plus sign, and we're going to get down, find the New York Mets. So you can see here it's not NYN, it should be NYM. So I'm going to click that. Okay. All right. So NYM, and then I'm going to go down here at Washington. Just find Washington, and it's WSA. So click WSA. You're just going to do this for all these teams here. So CHA, but actually the retro, or what the game is saying, is CHW. So just, again, select it. Okay. And then same for the Dodgers, which is probably going to be LAD. Yep, it is. It's LAD. Okay. I just want to show you what is involved. And again, you don't really have to do this. Most of the seasons in baseball are already available. Okay, I can hear Aaron back there crunching around and stuff like that. Pretty cool. So Aaron is still with us, just his screen isn't with us right now. Okay, Chicago Cubs, Paul Fay's team. Yeah. And we're almost done here. San Francisco Giants, SFG, and then St. Louis Cardinals. That's probably going to be SLC or STL. Yep. Okay. Now we can import. New York Mets are not associated with the retro sheet team ID. Please associate all teams. Did I forget to do that? Did I forget to do that? I thought I did. Oh, there we go. Boom. New York Mets. Import of the retro sheet schedule is successful for season 1966B. Your schedule is ready to start from opening day. So we're going to finish this workflow. Okay, now we're going to be doing the lineups. So again, we're going to go to that retro sheet webpage, and we want lineups to download. So again, you're getting accurate data. This coming directly from retro sheet and from Baseball Reference. Okay, and again, we're going to import 1966. Now, we may have to do the same thing again, and we do. So you're going to have to go through the same step, and that is associating. These IDs have to match up, okay? They just have to. And what else are we going to do here on a beautiful Sunday but click on stuff like this, right? Which is pretty funny. Pretty funny. But you'll see when it's done that the work has been definitely worth it. All right, Kansas City and Spankies, the New York Spankies. All right, LA Dodgers. Those Dodgers. Boy, that was a tough game last night there. The Brooklyn Cleveland game that we did. That was fun. Oh my God, was that fun? 11-9. And ended with a little bit of greedy base running. Can you believe it? But that's baseball. It's what makes it beautiful, right? It makes it beautiful. All right, almost done here. I'm glad that this function's in here and doesn't make you guess, at least. What is this? This is the Smeths. Okay. And
here we go.
Okay, now it's doing what it's doing. Chris, hope you're doing well today, buddy. Okay. So let me see. Okay, there we go. So now it's importing the lineups for everybody. So it's asking us to please wait. And again, import season is faster than this, but I did want to show you what's how this works in conjunction with Baseball Reference, Retro Sheet, and all that kind of fun stuff. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is done yet. Should be. Yep, it is. Okay. So now we're on the next part. We've done all our lineups and everything like that. So now we are getting close. Okay, so I would say use ballpark effects, check use year effects, pitcher stamina rule. If you want to do that, why not? I always use error ratings, special error results, auto outs for outfield position. Use batter strikeout divided by strike, or walks by strikeout writings, BBSO. Okay, leave all that go. I don't really touch any of this stuff up here in the middle. This pitchers rest relievers and pitchers rest starters. I don't really mess with that stuff. I leave it alone. Gameplay lineup rules. This is all about DH. I don't use the pitcher minimum batter's face or ghost runner. This is that newfangled crap. So we're not going to do that. Click finish. And now we're at ballpark assignment. Automatically assigns the logo, but you can change that if you want. Okay. Here's all the ballparks. And then, what country you can change the road text color, home text color, change the name of the teams. But just to show you here, let's select my Pittsburgh Pirates. And there we go. Properly shows Forbes Field. Gives you, whether, it's pitching factor, home run factor, things like that. Okay. You can go to park settings. And this is where setting up a ballpark is super, super easy in this game. So this one's already set up, but it really is. Okay. So we're going to close this. And now, in this particular case, this is not the proper logo for the Pittsburgh Pirates of 1966. So wherever you have logos saved, and this one is just going to the Dombrov thing. So, but you could actually go to your Action PC if you wanted to, and just do it that way. So for the Buccos here, I need this one. I need this surly looking dude. So, I mean, if you're really a stickler for that, you can go through and check everything. Okay. Let's just pick another team at random. Let's pick Robert's New York Mets. And there we go. And there's Shea. So there we go. Let's go ahead and just finish. And we're ready to go. We could play, an exhibition. Okay. So we can modify player names or images. Click save. Do whatever. Let's just close this. We'll just finish this. Okay. Your new season workflow is complete. Do you want to make new season the active season? Yeah. And we are now here, and we could play an exhibition game or play a scheduled game. So if we look at scheduled game, we can see here opening day, Mets and Reds, Indians and Senators. If we close this, we can just do, like play an exhibition game and click your visitor home, and you can play it in any ballpark. So that's it. So 1966 is ready to play. And there you go. I guess we'll show you what the game looks like. I don't think I'm sharing audio in this, so you probably won't hear anything. So let's have the Reds be the home team, and let's have the Cubbies. And we're just going to let the computer manager do everything. You can actually manage both teams, manage one team. You can decide whether you want to handle lineups, substitutions, gameplay, all that kind of stuff. All right. And we're going to play an exhibition. So this will show your lineups. The color coding For anybody that's curious, this game is a digital adaptation. It goes much, much further than it's based upon Sports Illustrated baseball, which came out in 1972 or something like that. Only came out with a few seasons and then it went away. And there's a board game that I have recommended by ID Jester showed it back in 2019, and I love it because it comes with something like 2,000 players, all-time great players and stuff like that. Jester didn't like it because it doesn't do season replays, but there's that. There's some guy out on YouTube that's doing a kind of his own adaptation of Sports Illustrated baseball, and there's this one. And that's really the game engine that's running in Dombrov. This is Sports Illustrated. You can save lineups if you want, but we're going to just go ahead and do our thing, play Cubs versus Reds, and know your fielders aren't going to be out there in the grandstand. The image here of Crosley Field is from old-time baseball. You can also put in your own stadium images. All right. Really bad national anthem, but luckily it doesn't play through. I don't think you guys can hear it anyhow because I don't have share sound on. So I'm not going to, I could stop the screen share and restart it again. In fact, I'm going to, just so you can hear the sounds in the game. So let me go ahead and, how do I want to do this? Yeah, so let me remove this and I'm going to present. I've got to stop all screen sharing, present, share screen, entire screen, this one, and let's turn on the sound. And we're back. And I always like to hide this thing. All right, so a little tour around the game here. You can play this. You can roll your own dice and input the results in this. So you can find how to create the Sports Illustrated dice. They're D6s, but they're not regular D6s. But you can buy blank dice really cheap, like tons of them on eBay. Just make your own dice. So, but we're going to play this as a baseball sim. But let me just show you here. If we go to settings, there's quite a lot. So we're playing this as a baseball sim, but you could do it using team charts, player cards. You can do manual dice rolls if you want to. So there's that. Okay. It's going to show who's at bat. We can actually have it show player cards if we want to. The player cards are really, really, really nice. Let me show you here. So here, this is what, obviously Sports Illustrated Baseball didn't have the nice pictures or anything like that. But these are the actual player cards for the Sports Illustrated Baseball game right here. And you can see I'm just scrolling through everybody on the Chicago Cubs and all their players. From here, you can look at stats. You can look probably. So these are stats for in the game right now. Okay. You don't really need any of that to play. You can just do a one-click resolution. And over here, we see who is up and who's pitching. So Hank Fisher and George Altman leads off here for the Cubs, top of the first. So we're not going to do a whole game in this, I don't think. So animation leaves a little bit to desire. You have to watch the play-by-play. So fly ball out to center, and Vader Pinson makes the catch. One down. And Jimmy Stewart, not the Jimmy Stewart, the actor, is in there. Lefty batter, swung on, and this one out to right field, and this is going to get down for a single. So Stewart aboard. You can see base running stats or base running ratings. I'm sorry, everything like that. You mouse over anybody, little picture pops up. So kind of reminiscent of Pearson baseball. All right, who do we got? Here's Glenn Beckert. I don't know how good the Cubs were in '66, so it doesn't matter. And Beckert swings. This one hit towards short, and Leo Cardenas makes the catch for the out. So 2 down, a runner aboard for the Cubs, and here comes the great Ron Santo. All right. So Fisher deals, and Santo swings, and this one is going to be a base hit into center field. So runners at the corners as Stewart makes it to third. So most games I don't watch the play-by-play, but this one you have to because there's no Z plane animation, right? X, Y, and then Z is that third dimension. So there was no way without looking at that I could tell what it was. But again, that's not a bad thing. If you're not a content creator, if you're not broadcasting games, that's not a bad thing. And once you're in the game, it's a nice game. It's a nice game. It gets done. You can set font sizes. You can customize the color of the scoreboard, things like that. You get some basic stats here on both the pitcher and the hitter. All right. So here's Randy Hundley now. And remember, this is a created season that pulled from Baseball Reference, the Sean Lehman database, and Retro Sheet. All right, here is the pitch to Hundley, and this one, little pop fly out there. Now we have this little thing that Roberts is fatigued. This has to do with the actual season itself. So. All right, here's Mr. Pete Rose, now eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Rose.
And strike three. So Rose goes down swinging. Here's the center fielder now, Veda Pinson. And Pinson sends this one into right field, and this is going to get down for a base hit. So Pinson aboard, Pinson with decent speed. And here comes Leo Cardenas, the shortstop. So the color coding has to do with the handedness of the batter. And just so you guys know that. Roberts deals to Cardenas. And this one out into left field. And this is going to get down for a base hit. So they're going to stop Pinson at second. So 2 aboard for the Reds, 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. And that will bring up Tommy Harper. Roberts deals. And Harper...
the contact
up the middle, and Phillips has it in center field for out number 2. Pinson fake going to third, but he's going to hold at second. All right, and now here's Jimmy Coker. So you can also override over here. You can go bunt. You can call for a steal. You can intentional walk. So there's really a lot that you can do with this. Then there's the quick play option, which will finish out the game. Things like that. All right, Robert steals, and this one. Fly ball out to left field, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the second. No score here in Cincinnati. It's basically how Dombrov baseball plays. All right. But we're going to go ahead and close it because
donk
the game. There we go. So that's it, guys. That is a little tour of how to do things in Dombrov baseball. And we're going to have to get Aaron the full version of the game, obviously. A couple other things really, really quickly that you can do. If you go back into team management, let's say that you just wanted to jump in and play a game, but now you wanted to go back and fix everything, looking through each ball club, you can always go back and do that. So we go to the Orioles. Everything looks good for them. I'm just picking teams at random, looking at the Giants. Everything looks good. Might want to change the Giants logo, change colors. You can always do that. Remember, hit close. Don't hit this up here. Again, the question mark is context sensitive help, which is really good. You want to set active season. When you click on that, it will you can select on the seasons that you have created. So if I wanted to go to the 1970s decade teams, which is something which I think is from there. And then again, if we would want to just play an exhibition game between these two, we could play, again, the 74 Dodgers against the 73 Mets and have lots of fun with it. Okay, so now you only have one season. So all the things I've been explaining, Aaron, should work for you. Just follow the steps, rewind this video, and follow the steps. And let me know if you have any issues. Okay? So you have to remove them from within the game. Okay, that's good to know.
You can't just wipe it clean, otherwise.
You can't wipe it clean. Can't wipe it clean. I'm going to go back to all-time All-Stars here anyhow. And yeah, it does modern seasons, everything.
Even today, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Have I been all time? Holy shit.
What's that? Yeah, you've been here the whole fun. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Just make it.
So now we're going to switch games. We're going to leave Dombrov. There we go. We're out of Dombrov. And I don't know what this thing is doing up here, but go away,
You
you.
got so many baseball sims. We all do it.
I do.
It's the best thing in the world.
It is. Well, it's the second best thing in the world, isn't it?
What's the first best thing in the world?
Nah.
Kate
All right.
Beckinsale?
So, Kate Beckinsale. Kate, certainly she ranks up there.
She's
All right.
up there.
So we're going to just do a diamond mine game. You guys can vote. You want to do older baseball, so pre-1968 or post-1968. And I'm just using here we can just replay an all-star game. That'd be fun too. This game, by all the all-star games, they're coming out with 2 more volumes of all-time great teams. And if the 2007 Rockies are included, and they should be, then I'll be able to completely replicate the Boston.com tournament. And okay, so Bernie voting on the McGreevy League. Bernie, I'm going to reach out to you after this broadcast. So his vote goes to Out of the Park 26. All right, so it seems like the running is between Diamond Mine Baseball and Out of the Park Baseball right now. Again, I really wish that once the schedule generator does come out for Pocket Pennant Run, I want to try to dream up a nice project for that game.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, I'm going to go ahead and remove your just your screen share. Don't need that.
Okay. Okay.
You should still be with us. It's okay. You're still with us. All right. So I want to stay with pre-1968 baseball. So let's do
about the 62 Tigers.
Let's do the Cubs and Tigers. How about that? Okay, that works. Let's play a game between the Cubbies and the Tigers. So this is the all-time great players. This is split up into Volume 1, Volume 2. Each volume has 2 complete leagues set up. These are more granular all-time great teams. So you're going to get these through different eras of all of these franchises. And it's pretty incredible what you come up with, because you're going to see players in here that would be Hall of Good, Hall of Very Good, but that you wouldn't necessarily see in a regular all-time greats league. And that's one of the things I love about Diamond Mine Baseball. All right, so let's play. So we are on our way to Naven Field. This is Naven Field, 1928 to 32. Temperature game time, 49 degrees. Brr. And the wind is blowing in from right at 1 mile per hour. We have a clear sky. Let's play some baseball here. And I just want to get a sense. Okay, so we're really playing 1930s here.
Whoops.
Looking at this Cubs lineup with Kyler, Herman, Hack, Cavaretta, Augie Galan, Gabby Hartnett, Jeff Heathcote, Billy Jurgis, and Hippo Vaughn. For the Detroit Tigers, McCoskey, Garinger, Greenberg, Howman, Columbine, York, Lake, Rigel or Rigel, whatever, and Hutchison. So we're going back to the 1930s in this game. So that'll be fun. Last night's game was a dead ball team versus a 1940s team, or dead ball to 20s. Played really well. All right, let's look at the dimensions. We talked about dimensions. I like to talk about them because you see them here. And I know Gene Grabowski is going to come on in the comments and say, Gene, I'm waiting for you to show me how to you can actually put ballpark images in here that really pretties up the game. So hopefully Gene will be able to help me out with that. All right. So it is 467 to dead center in Naven Field. So yikes. 5-foot fences all around. Down the lines, 371 to right, 341 to left. Again, Corky Ballpark. These dead ball ballparks were, for the most part, big ballparks, but they had to fit in. They had to fit in the the cities in which they were built. There was no parking, anything like that. All right, leading off for Chicago, Kai Kyler. This guy is always a toss-up. If you are creating an all-time greats league, he could be a Pirate or a Cub. I think he really should be, as he is here, deserves to be in the Cubs. But you can see some of these names here. So you're not going to see Roy Columbine, for instance, necessarily on an all-time greats team. You're not going to see Lake. you know, you notice, right? So Harry Heilman, yes, you're definitely going to see him. This is a, Charlie Gehringer, Hank Greenberg. So, but because it's picking great teams from different eras of each franchise makes this really special. For those of you that are interested in something like that, but you're not into Diamond Mine baseball, Steve Tate has done an amazing project in Action PC baseball, and that's for free. And you can kind of just play that, and it's fun. All right, here we go. So it is Fred Hutchinson ready to face Hall of Famer Kai Kyler. And Kai is how you pronounce it, by the way. He was asked, and he said, yeah, my last name's Kyler. It's like Kai. I used to call him Kiki forever. So 1-2 pitch on the way to Kyler, and he hits a ground ball to second. Gehringer fields it cleanly, goes to first, and that is a routine 4-3 putout. All right, here's Billy Herman batting in the 2 slot. 1-1 pitch on the way. One hard hop to Rogel at short, off his glove, chest, and chin. It hit him all over. Still gets off the throw, but too late, and Herman's safe on the error. So score that one, E6, and this is the second error of the year for Billy Rogel at short. All right, Stan Hack, Phil Cavaretta waits on deck. Runner on first. Herman gets his lead. Here's the 0-2 pitch on Stan Hack, and this one lofted to shallow left near the line, and to his right goes Columbine, and Roy has it 2 down. So Herman goes nowhere, and here's Phil Cavaretta. 0-2 the count, and here it comes. Grounder to the left side. Backhanded nicely by Rogel. Goes to Gehringer for the force, and the side is retired. So we head to the bottom of the first inning. Chicago Cubs 0. The Detroit Tigers coming to bat. Leading off, here's Barney McCoskey. Then we got Charlie Gehringer, Hank Greenberg, and Harry Heilman. Boy, that's scary here. The number 2, 3, 4 hitters for these Detroit Tigers. Should be a good game. All right, the 1-2 pitch is on the way. This one only a look, and it cost him strike 3. So McCoskey goes out on strikes. And by the way, you can manage in this game. You can go to pitch-by-pitch mode if you want. Do all kinds of stuff in the game. So, but let's keep going. 3-2 delivery now to Charlie Gehringer. This one line to second, and this one through for a single past Billy Herman, and Charlie Gehringer aboard. And for a catcher, for the second baseman, pretty good speed there. Pretty good speed. All right, and here is Hammer and Hank Greenberg. Scary hitter, Hammer and Hank. 2-2 the count, and Hippo Vaughn deals and gets him. A fastball riding in on the hands, and Greenberg strikes out. So that ends, or that does not end the inning. So 2 down, Gehringer remains on first. The play-by-play in this game is amazing, which also makes it a pretty good candidate for the McGreevy League. The downside is you got to hear my voice all the time. All right, 2-2 pitch now on Harry Heilman, and here it comes. Swung on and missed, and Heilman had a late cut at it, and that is the 3rd out. Vaughn picks up another strikeout. We head to the top of the 2nd inning. We're scoreless in Detroit. Augie Galan, Gabby Hartnett, Jeff Heathcote due up for the Chicago Cubs. Second pitch on the way to Augie Galan. Fastball hit in the air into shallow right field. Heilman wants it, and he hauls it in. So 1 down now. And in the box is Hall of Fame catcher Gabby Hartnett. Ball 1 on Hartnett. Hutchinson's pitch. Hartnett gets into one way back into left field. Columbine goes back, turns one way then the other, and makes the catch. So Columbine trying to get himself oriented out there in left field and does pull it down. So 2 up, 2 down for the Cubbies. And I called him Jeff. Here's Cliff Heathcote. 1-1 pitch. Line shot right side, and Gehringer makes the nice play for the out. So the Cubs go quietly. We go to the bottom of the 2nd inning. No score here. All right, Rick Columbine, the Sarge, Rudy York waits on deck. We'll wind in the pitch from Hippo Vaughn. This one is well hit, very deep left field. Kyler just looks up. This one isn't coming back.
See ya.
It is gone. And Roy Columbine and the Tigers tally first in this game. 2nd home run of the year for Roy Columbine. Yep. Absolutely, Aaron. And now here's Rudy York. So 1-0. Tigers lead in the bottom of the second. Vaughn is ready. The 2-0 pitch. York hits something up in the zone, lifting it routinely out to center, where Galan takes it for the first out. So 1 down here for Detroit, and that brings up Eddie Lake. Eddie Lake is the third baseman for the Tigers. Lake ahead in the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. Vaughn kicks and fires, hit hard on the ground left side, and this one will get through for a hit. So Detroit starting to swing the lumber here a little bit. Third hit for the Tigers in this game. And here's Billy Regel. He wants to try to make people forget about the error. Didn't cost anything, though. Ball and a couple of strikes on Regel. Vaughn kicks and fires. A high pop foul down the right field line. Long runs for everybody, and it will be the right fielder Heathcote. Nope. Couldn't get there. So count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Calvaretta holding Lake at first, and here's the delivery. Regel checks his swing, and Chicago catcher eyes the ump at first, who says he went around, and that is strike 3. So 2 down. Eddie Lake remains at first, and here is Fred Hutchison now. Throw over to first. Calvaretta reaches for the tag, and Lake barely makes it back. So close play there over at first base. Vaughn now with the 2-2 offering. This one ripped to the gap in left, and this one is going to drop, and Lake never stopped or even hesitated, giving Detroit first and third with Barney McCoskey coming up. So runners at the corners now for the Tigers, and McCoskey, we're back here at the top of the order for Detroit. Takes his stance, and here is the pitch. That pitch is in on the corner, the outside corner for strike 1. Hartnett makes a quick throw to third, and Lake is back in safely. 2-2 on McCoskey. Pitch is on the way, and got him. So Vaughn with strikeouts in the game and has got McCoskey each time. So that ends the inning. The Detroit Tigers do plate 1. We go to the top of the third. The Tigers leading the Cubs in this game 1-0. And cousin Ken Castro saying hello, and Dwayne Martz,
the man,
greeting everybody in there. All right, Billy Jurgis, Hippo Vaughn, and Kai Kyler due up for the Cubs here in the top of the third inning. So again, tight race between the out of the park baseball and Diamond Mine for the next McGreevy League. Hutchison works to Jurgis as a shot right back to Hutchinson, who spears it and throws it to first for the out. Okay. Hutchison toes the rubber. Hippo Vaughn in there. Here's the 2-1 offering. Vaughn with a ground ball down the first base line. Greenberg grabs it at the bag, touches first, and Vaughn is retired for out number 2. Back at the top of the order now for the Hall of Famer, Kai Kyler. Billy Herman waits on deck. Kyler grounded to second his last time up. Payoff pitch into Kyler. This one grounded past the mound, past the diving Billy Regel, and into center field for a single. And if you're the Tigers, you got to watch this guy. Kai Kyler had wheels, and he gets a jump. He is gone. All right. Gone as in safely gone to second base. Okay. Billy Herman now. Chicago trying to get something going. First base hit for Chicago in this game, by the way. Billy Herman was safe on an error back in the first. Kyler being held by Greenberg. Nothing into the count. Hutchinson comes to the plate. This one hit hard and a tough hop for Lake at third. Skids past him into left field. Kyler past second. And Herman is on first with a base hit. And they're going to hold Kyler at second. So the Cubs mounting a threat here with 2 down. And where's Paul Fay? He always complains that we don't do enough Cubs games. And we're doing a Cubs game on here. And there's no Paul Fay. All right. Barbara saying hi to Ken. And great to have everybody in here for a little bit of early Sunday afternoon action. And in case you hear a little tick, tick, tick in the background, that's Aaron Reed, who is trying to do a season import in Dombrov baseball. So it's a lot of work, Aaron, and you got to be patient. You've got to be patient. Either that or just import seasons. But if you want to do it that way, it requires patience.
Yes.
But you got that. You've got that. All right. Number 3 hitter, Stan Hack up there and ready to go. Count full on Stan Hack. Hutchinson's pitch, And the runners are on the move. Hack strikes out swinging. So
Hack
Chicago
couldn't hack.
threatens, but they do not, right? He hacks at it, but they do not capitalize, as Ernie Harwell would say. We head to the bottom of the third inning, and the Tigers lead the Cubs 1-0. Charlie Gehringer, Hank Greenberg, and Harry Heilman do up. Harry Heilman, a Hall of Famer that doesn't get enough love, notoriety, what have you.
Ray Heilman.
All right. So Gehringer had a base hit his last time up. 1-2 is the count. Vaughn fires it in. This one scorched to right center, chasing his Cliff Heathcote, and has it for the first out. Good play out there as it was trying to get into that little kind of far cutaway there you see in right field. All right, here's Hank Greenberg now. Struck out back in the first. 2-2 offering to Greenberg. He swings and misses, and he strikes out. So second strikeout for Hank Greenberg today. 2 away for the Tigers brings up Harry Heilman. Detroit with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. Heilman stands in, struck out in his first appearance. Vaughn's been nasty today. Payoff pitch, towering pop-up back toward the screen. And here comes Hartnett. And does he have room? He does, and takes it to retire the side. So Detroit goes quietly. We go to the top of the fourth. 1-0, tight ball game. Last night we had a little seesaw ball game that ended up into a real Donnybrook. But this one's still playing pretty tight. 1 error in a game so far, Billy Rigel. That's his, I believe, 3rd error of the year. All right, we have Phil Cavaretta, Augie Galan, and Gabby Hartnett. Leading off the fourth. And he bounced out into a fourth last time up. 1-strike pitch to Cavaretta. Line drive right back at Hutchinson. Backhands it in front of the mound. Great play there by Fred Hutchinson. 1 away now for Augie Galan. Center fielder here for these Chicago Baby Bears. Next pitch on the way. Change up down the middle. Belted to very deep right field. Back goes Heilman, the right fielder, carrying. Still going. And Heilman catches up with strides short of the fence. Chicago just cannot get a break here in the early innings of this contest. So 2 down for the number 6 hitter, Gabby Hartnett. He of the homer of the Gloman in 1938. Hutchinson on the rubber. 1-2 offering. Hartner hit swung well to left, but not quite well enough. And Columbine will make the grab for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Game moving very, very quickly here. Detroit Tigers lead the Chicago Cubs 1-0. This match of some 1930s all-time great teams. All right, Roy Columbine, responsible for the lone run in this entire game with a home run, is up now. Be followed by Rudy York and Eddie Lake. Vaughn has been so strong.
Is this before Ty Cobb?
This is after
Ty Cobb?
Way after, yes.
Way after, okay.
Pretty much way after, yeah. Anyhow, Columbine has a base hit, so 2 for 2, a home run. So Cobb's last year in baseball was 1927, I believe it was 26 or 27. So these teams are mid-30s, mid-1930s pretty much. A couple 1920s players. So I shouldn't say way after Cobb, but yeah, by this time Cobb and Sam Crawford are retired and doing what they're doing. All right. So, but these are both pre-war teams, pre-Second World War, I should say. All right, Columbine is on first with a single. We almost had a cycle last night too. Damn it,
wow.
Babe had 2 singles, a double, and a triple. So Jimmy Fox remains my only cycle hitter on this channel.
Wow.
All right, here's Rudy York, bats from the right side, flight out to Augie Galan last time in center field. Columbine moves off first, full count, and struck him out. Hippo Vaughn had him way out in front. Nice change up there. 7 strikeouts now for Hippo Vaughn. All right. And Hutchinson pitching a pretty good game, too, here, by the way. Just touched up for that 1 run, that Columbine home run back in the second inning. All right, here's Eddie Lake now. 1 on, 1 out. He singled back in the second. 2-2 on offering on the way. Grounder back up the middle. Herman has it. Steps on the bag across to first. Double play. So they get the 2 ball. We will head to the 5th inning. And it is still the Tigers 1 and the Cubs nothing here in Diamond Mine Baseball. All right, Cliff Heathcote, Billy Jurgis, and Hippo Vaughn due up for the Cubbies. So the 1-0 pitch on the way to Heathcote. The pitch from the Bear, I guess that's what Hutchinson's nickname, hit to McCoskey in center. This is going to get down in front of him. He'll keep it in front of him as it knocks off his body, but Heathcote on with a single. So here we go. Third hit now for the Chicago Cubs in the game. Billy Jurgis stands in the box, right-handed hitter.
Mr. Jurgis.
Could be looking bunt here. He grounded out in the third. Defense looking bunt. Pitch on the way. Jurgis squares, and this one popped out in front. And a diving catch by Hutchinson. Whoa. Coming down off the mound. The degree of difficulty on that play, 9.3. So how about that? Some sloppy bunting there. And here comes Hippo Vaughn. So will he try to move Heathcote over with one out here? Top of the fifth, 1-0. 1 on, 1 out. And Hippo Vaughn bounced out to Greenberg last time. Corners up for the bunt, the delivery, and Vaughn squares around. And this one is bunted up in the air and back over the backstop. Foul ball. So Hippo Vaughn giving Billy Jurgis, saying you actually, if you're going to bunt it in the air, get it out of the seats in foul territory. Don't bunt it to the pitcher. All right, Greenberg holding Heathcote at first, and we have a count of no balls, 1 strike. Hutchinson kicks and delivers. Vaughn is bunting, bunted out and missed. Hutchinson is ready to deal again here. Heathcote gets a lead at first. The Bear with a 1-2 pitch. Low fastball grounded up the middle. Gehringer a step and a dive, and he's got it. Little toss to second. Safe. So everybody is safe. Hippo Vaughn helping himself out with an infield single. 4th hit for the Chicago Cubs in the game, and we're back at the top of the order. Kai Kyler in the box. Base hit his last time up. First hit in this game. Hutchinson is ready. 1-2 pitch. Kyler went around and doesn't know it yet. Now he does, and he's the second out. I should say that Kyler was the first hit for the Chicago Cubs. Looks like Hutchinson was hurt on the play. Trainer looking at him, and they're going to take him out of the game. So he's going to miss this game in 20 more days.
Ooh.
Oh, man, that's huge. Okay. So Marv Owen will be in now to play third base, and pitching is going to be Earl Whitehill. Chicago with 2 on, 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. And Earl Whitehill making his first appearance of the year. Herman stands in again. He singled off Hutchinson back in the third. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the kick and delivery by Whitehill. And this one, a clean single, grounder through into center. Heathcote turns second, and Vaughn rounds third. There's no chance to get Heathcote, and Vaughn will hold at second. And the Chicago Cubs in the top of the 5th tie it up. It is 1-1. All right, here is Stan Hack now. Lefty batter struck out last time up. The pitch to Hack, swinging a fly ball, left center. Center fielder McCoskey is chasing it. He won't be able to reach it. Scoring is Vaughn, and Herman moves to third. Hack on first with an RBI and a single. And the Cubbies take the lead for the first time in this game. It's 2-1. Phil Cavaretta in the box now. Cubbies at first and third. 1-0 is the count. Whitehill works to Cavaretta. This one, a soft ground ball right toward third base. Owen and Whitehill converge on it. Whitehill pounces on it and fires to first. And the throw gets away. It was low and got by Greenberg. Billy Herman will score. And around third goes Hack, and Cavaretta ends up second. Charged Whitehill with a 2-base error. Ooh, E1, that hurts. So the Cubbies now plating 3 here in the 5th. 3-1 is your ball game. 2 in scoring position, still 2 down. And here's Augie Galan, the number 5 hitter. Nothing for 2 in the ball game. 1-1 pitch. This one, a ground ball right over the bag at first and into right field. This is going to score 2, and Galan is going to pull up with a 2 RBI double. Clutch hit this game. Now the Cubs coming alive in the middle innings. It is 5-1. And here's Gabby Hartnett. Dangerous bat. Gabby can tack on 2 more here with a swing of the bat. Motor City Cats a little bit worried here. Gabby Hartnett for the 3rd time today. Flew out to very deep left last time up. So they're going to put Hartnett on. Intentional walk issued by Earl Whitehill. They would
Mr.
have
Homer in the Gloman. Gabby
so,
Hartnett.
Mr. Home in the Gloman. So even though Hartnett 0 for 2 in the game, Heathcote 1 for 2 with a run scored. Looks like Whitehill and the Tiger 9 don't want to tempt fate with Gabby Hartnett. So it brings up Cliff Heathcote. Bats from the left. Chicago's batted around in this game. 1-2 pitch in the way in this inning. Big chop to third. Marv Owen to his left, and they get Heathcote. And mercifully, that ends the inning. But Chicago puts 5 across in the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. The Cubs lead the Tigers 5-1. And Paul Fay can't yell at me for not doing a Cubs game, and especially one where they're just busting it out all over the place. Billy Rogel, Marv Owen, and Barney McCoskey will be batting for Detroit here. All right, Billy in the box now. Full count on Rogel. Vaughn comes to the plate and strike 3 swinging. Rogel missing a tough breaking ball, and he goes down for the second time in a row. 8 strikeouts now for Hippo Vaughn. All right, Marv Owen coming in now, or making his first plate appearance of the game. 0-2 pitch on the way. And this one is popped up. This ball will carry out to center fielder Galan, and he easily gloves it for out number 2. Back at the top of the order now for Barney McCoskey. Detroit in danger, going quietly here. Struck out in his first 2 times up. Vaughn back up on the rubber. Ball and strike on McCoskey. Vaughn fires, and this one grounded off the glove of diving Hack and into left field for a single. So Stan Hack misjudging that ball, but the official scorer calling it a clean base hit. So 2 down. Here's Charlie Gehringer now. Detroit trying to get back in this ball game. Bottom of the fifth, still a ways to go. Flight out deep to right centers last time. A 1-1 delivery, ground ball left side, taken at third by Hack, and throws over to first for the out. So the Tigers go fairly quietly. We head to the top of the 6th. Cubs lead 5-1. For the Cubbies will be Billy Jurgis, Hippo Vaughn, and Kai Kyler do up the 8-9-1 hitters here. So fine day, if a chilly day in Navin Field for some baseball. All right, right-handed Jurgis takes his stance, looking his first hit of the game. 1-2 pitch from Earl Whitehill. This one grounded right up the middle. Billy Rogay ranging to his left, cannot get it, and Jurgis with a base hit to center. So here come the Cubs again, and here comes Mr. Hippo Vaughn having himself a hell of a ball game. Infield hit his last time up. Whitehill comes to the set, and here's the pitch. Vaughn turns and squares, and this one bunted third base side, rolling, and this one just fouls Marv Owen, focusing both eyes, and just gets off the chalk. All right, Vaughn back in the box now. 0-1 pitch on the way. Vaughn looks to lay one down. This one popped up toward third. Easy play for Marv Owen, so no doubt about that one. He has it for the out. So 1 away. Back at the top of the order now for Kai Kyler. 1 on, 1 out. Hutchinson struck him out back in the 5th. Stretched by the left-hander Whitehill. And Jurgis is off to the races, pitches a ball. York comes up gunning. Gehringer leaps for the high throw, and Jurgis slides in safely. So nice play by Charlie Gehringer. That keeps Jurgis on at second. Jurgis with his first stolen base of the year. So runner in scoring position. Chicago looking to pile more on here. 1 down here in the top of the 6th. Jurgis gets his lead. Full count. Whitehill pitches to Kyler. Little comebacker to the mound taken by Whitehill. And he will hold the runner at second and flips to first for out number 2. So score that 1-1-3 for Billy Herman now in the box for the Cubbies. 2 hits and 3 trips today. 5 for 12 in the series against Detroit. Whitehill stares in. The 0-1 pitch. He deals. This one hit pretty well to left. Columbine spins around. Now comes back and to his left. Slips a little bit. And finally makes the catch. So that is the third out of the inning. And again, the nice little touches there of him slipping a little bit. We go to the bottom of the sixth inning. The Cubs lead the Tigers 5-1. A little diamond mine baseball action on Sunday. Hank Greenberg, Harry Heilman, and Roy Cullenbine due up for the Tigers. Greenberg will open it here. He has struck out twice. The 2-0 pitch to Hank, and here it comes. This one looped to short left. Will it drop in? No. Kyler with great range out there, coming on hard, makes a fine running catch. So 1 away now, and here's Harry Heilman, a player that we are going to have to highlight at some point in one of our games. Here's the pitch to Harry Heilman. This one, a skimmer to the left of Billy Jurgis, sweeps it. Simon to first in time. So a little bang play action there by Billy Jurgis. Nice play. So 2 down now for Roy Cullenbine. Cullenbine homered earlier in this game. And he's 2 for 2, the 2-1 pitch. This one grounded to the right side where Herman makes a nice stop in the hole and throws Cullenbine out at first. All right, we go to the top of the 7th inning. And Chicago not quite running away from it, but at least jogging. It is 5-1. Cubbies over the Tigers here. Stan Hack, Phil Cavaretta, and Augie Galan due up here for the Cubs, trying to get something going, or trying to add. I'm looking at Detroit, trying to add here. See, so we need a little Harry Carey action because I feel like I'm Harry Carey, but I'm not. Aaron is Harry Carey. All right, here we go.
Good, everybody.
Here's Hack to open the visitors' half of the 7th. RBI single last time up. Whitehill with the sign. Payoff coming, got him, swung at ball 4. So Hack chases and strikes out for the second time in the game. All right, here's Phil Cavaretta now. Cleanup hitter today. Looking for his first hit of the game, the windup and the pitch. And there's the perfect pitch from Whitehill's point of view. Fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 3. It's a little knee buckler there into Cavaretta. All right, 2 up, 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Augie Galan. Right-handed hitter. Drove in 2 with a double last time up in that big inning in the 5th. 0-1 pitch, swinging high, fly to left center. This one's going to stay in the park as Barney McCoskey converging with Columbine, collision avoided, and McCoskey makes the catch for the 3rd out. 7th inning stretch time here at Navin Field. The Chicago Cubs lead the Detroit Tigers 5-1. Harry Carey, you're going to lead us here?
Hello again, everybody. Let me hear you good and loud. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back for its root. Root for the Tigers. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
You know, Harry, you sung that better than Mark. What's his last name again, Harry? Mark
Grudzel.
It's Grudzelanic, Harry.
Grudzelanic.
Well done. So, guys, Aaron Reed, we're trying to get him. He's got to get a career. He's got to get a career doing voiceover work and just excellent impressions. Does so many great impressions. So we're always. This was not planned. Just when Aaron's here, he's Harry Carey. No matter what ballpark we're in, nobody could take me out to the ball game like Harry Carey. How about it, Aaron?
Thank you.
Awesome job, brother. Awesome job. All right, bottom of the 7th we go is Ken Castro's, and love it, Aaron. Let's put it up there in the marquee. Look at you on the Jumbotron. There you go. All right. Rudy York, Earl Whitehill. We'll see if he actually pitches for himself. Detroit down 5-1 here in the bottom of the 7th, and then Billy Regell. So, Rudy York hitless on the day. Vaughn winds and deals. And York jumps on this one. Kyler looking up in left field, but it's a line shot into the left field bleachers. And the Sarge with a home run, his first of the season. Detroit finally getting one back here in the bottom of the seventh. It's now 5-2. So we'll see if Earl Whitehill actually gets to pitch. So I'm expecting that G. Walker is going to enter the game as a pinch hitter, either that
G.
or Bernie
Walker.
Tebbets. So let's see. We will have a pinch hitter, Dale Alexander. So there we go. All right, yeah. Shows how much I know. All right, here we go. 2-1 delivery. And line to Jurgis is short, and he drops the ball, but he will recover and throw Alexander out at first, padding his assist total in the process. All right, here's Billy Regel now, batting with one away, bottom of the seventh. I forgot where we were for a second. And now Regel steps in, strikeout victim twice so far in the game. Vaughn on the rubber, and the 1-0 to Regel. Here it comes, lifted high in the air off to the right. Second baseman Billy Herman under it on the outfield grass, and he takes it down. 2 down. And here's Marv Owen. So Owen, 0 for 1. Vaughn toes the rubber, and the wind and the pitch. This one bounced left side in the hole. Jurgis with a long throw, and yes, he gets Owen. And maybe a half step. So that does it for Detroit here in the seventh. Art Herring will take the mound for Detroit as we go to the top of the eighth inning. So Rudy York with a home run. Detroit getting one back. It's now 5-2. The line so far for the Cubbies: 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors. For the Detroit Tigers, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. Pardon me?
Is this out of the park?
No, this is Diamond Mine baseball.
Oh, so there's no, obviously there's no sound.
Yeah, no sound. Yeah, this is Diamond Mine. All right. This is as opposite as you can get looks-wise too from MLB The Show, but this plays such a fine baseball game. It really does. Best play-by-play, rivaled, or at least maybe I should say equaled only by Baseball for Windows as far as text-based baseball sims go. It's just incredible. So I'm mainly reading the play-by-play in this game, Aaron.
Wow.
Yeah, it's that good. I mean, I'm embellishing here and there, but that's the play-by-play is
the computer playing the game, or are you just telling it to go?
I'm just doing go. I'm letting the computer manage both sides because it plays a hell of a good game of baseball. So
go ahead.
Yep. All right. Art Herring is now pitching for Detroit. First appearance in the year for him. Gabby Hartnett leads off against Art Herring. Hitless so far, but he's walked once. Herring looks in, winds and deals. Hartnett hammers one to left, hooking into the corner, and this one is out of here. It just stayed fair, curling around the foul pole. Gabby Hartnett with a solo shot, first homer of the season for him, and the Cubbies pulling away. It is 6-2. All right, right fielder Cliff Heathcote in the box. Billy Jurgis waits on deck. Bounced out his last time up, and the 1-2 pitch to Heathcote. This one bounced off the mound, taken by Regel, left of the bag, and he throws over to get Heathcote. Score that in 6-3, 1 away. It's Billy Jurgis now. Up for the 4th time today, singled back in the 6th inning. 3-2 pitch on the way. Jurgis with a smash to right center. A base hit or more. Hyman would get there and cut it off, and he will hold Billy Jurgis to a single. So the Cubs now in double digits in hits with 10. And here's Hippo Vaughn, who hasn't hit himself today. And pitching a fine ball game. Bunt is in order here. Herring to the stretch and the pitch. Vaughn looks to bunt, and this one gets it down, but he can't get it by Art Herring, who goes right to second for the force. Good heads-up play by Art Herring to get the lead runner. So 2 down, back at the top of the order for Kyler. Kyler 1 hit in 4 trips today. Herring eyes Vaughn. The ball 1 pitch, and this one is in the dirt, but York keeps it in front of him. Good heads-up play there. You don't want to give the Cubs any more, already leading by 4 here in the late innings. Herring has the sign from York. Here's the payoff pitch. There goes Vaughn for second. Kyler swings, a little hit and run going, foul tip. York cannot hold on to the ball, so two strikes on the batter. All right, Hartnett gets back to first. All right, the 3-2. Vaughn off and running, and Kyler pops it up almost straight up. York goes back. This one in the stands. So Hippo Vaughn getting himself a good workout today. He'll get back to first. Vaughn off first. Payoff pitch. There goes Hippo Vaughn again. Kyler takes the ball up and in, draws the walk. So the Cubbies now becoming just dominant in this game. Runners at second and first. Good news for the Tigers is that the much faster Kai Kyler is trailing Hippo Vaughn. 2 away now for Billy Herman. Billy Herman, a pretty good day at the plate for him. RBI, or took Columbine back to the track last time. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called in the inside corner, and Herman goes down on strikes. So Chicago picks up another run. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's the Cubs 6 and the Tigers 2. And where are you? Where are you, Mr. Paul Fay? All right, so Ken Castro asking Dwayne if he is on today. We certainly hope he is on.
I have been enjoying his bats leagues he's been doing.
Oh, it's awesome. It's just that he's got that subscribers mode on, and I couldn't get into his game last night or the other night to say, hey, what's up? So I'm waiting to hear from Dwayne. Either way, we'll be closing out after this game, but hopefully Dwayne will be on today. He is home. So usually when Dwayne is home, that means there will be baseball on the Dwayne Martz YouTube network. I'm hoping he gets back to his World Series project at some point. I miss that.
I enjoy that too. I mean, that was I don't know how far he's into it. He's like the first few years, but he's still got like a ways to go before he reaches.
But Ken's agreeing with you about the Bats League. I'm doing the post-expansion Bats. Now, we did the pre-one before, which is awesome. And Dwayne says, yeah, buddy. He said he wants to get the Yankee series done and start the Braves and Phillies series. So look for Dwayne Martz coming up. Don't know what time. Maybe following this. So let's get her done here for Mr. Dwayne Martz. Get her done. All right. Bottom of the 8th. So when we get to the Chicago 9th, we will see Hack, Cavaretta, and Galan. So the middle of the order due up for the Cubbies when we get to the 9th. Ken Castro excited, more baseball to come. He says, Coolio to Mr. Martz. All right. There's Barney McCoskey now. Leading off, singled off Hippo Vaughn back in the 5th. Vaughn looks in, and the count 0-2 in McCoskey. And here is the pitch. This one is grounded, backhanded to short by Jurgis. Wide throw, and McCoskey is out on the tag by Cavaretta. Good play on both sides of that one. So 6-3, 1 away for Charlie Gehringer. Another great player, which a lot of people know about him, though. So hitting 3 trips off Vaughn. Vaughn toes the rubber. Here's the 1-2 delivery. This one is hit a long way into the gap in right center, and nobody's going to get to this ball. Hits near the base of the wall. Heathcote gets there first. Long throw back in, and Gehringer pulls up at second with a double. So his first 2-base hit of the year. And Bud Tinning will now come in to pitch. So Hippo Vaughn pitched a whale of a game. As we go through the entire taxonomy of baseball here. And
Tigers
here's
trying to make it interesting.
I'm sorry, Aaron?
Tigers trying to make it interesting.
Trying to make it interesting. And this next guy up here is one of the most dangerous hitters you could possibly face in a swing of the bat, and he puts 2 on the board for the Tigers. Speaking, of course, about Hank Greenberg, but he's been stymied by Chicago Cubs pitching thus far, 0-for-3 on the day. So Bud Tinning doesn't throw hard, has a good curveball, 3rd appearance this year, has no wins or losses yet. Greenberg in there, batting 3rd. One ball on Greenberg. Tinning works, chopped down to third, and off the glove of Stan Hack as he tried to backhand it, and the ball heads down the line, and Geringer will come in to score, and they're going to give Greenberg credit for a double. So RBI double, and now the Tigers have cut the Cubs' lead in half. All right, here's Harry Heilman batting with one down. Heilman hit less than 3 tries. He bounced out back in the 6th. 0-1 pitch on the way. Broken bat roller to the left side. Jurgis with the grab. Long throw to first, and he just gets Heilman. Jurgis took a look at Greenberg and almost waited too long. So Greenberg planted out there at the Keystone sack. Here's Roy Columbine, homered earlier in the game. 2 hits, including a home run. And here is the pitch. Weak fly ball, shallow center. Drifting in is Augie Gallant, positions himself sideways to avoid the sun, takes it for out number 3. So Detroit scores 1, leaves 1. We've played 8 here at Navin Field, and the Chicago Cubs lead the Detroit Tigers 6-3. And we have John Stone in there at left field now for the Detroit Tigers. And Eldon Ocker now on in relief. So Tigers fans should definitely know Eldon Ocker's name. All right, we will have the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Cubs, Hack, Cavaretta, and Gallant. So Ocker's job, get him out quickly. When we go to the bottom of the 9th for the Tigers, it's going to be Rudy York, and then Stone, who's going to be making his first appearance, and Billy Regel. All right, back to it here. All right, so Eldon Ocker, a submariner, first appearance of the season. Stan Hack in the box. The 2-1 pitch on the way. Chopper left side. Regel drops the ball, picks it up, and throws just in time. He barely nips Stan Hack at first. Score that one 6-3. 1 down. All right. Ocker 2 outs away from getting his team back up to bat here as Phil Cavaretta in the box. 0 for 4 in the game with a run scored. Plate protection here at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cavaretta's hit in the side now. Takes a step toward the mound. York heads him off and finally goes down to first. So, yes, there are brawls in this game, by the way.
They almost got into it right there for crying out loud.
Yep, there are brawls. There are ejections in Diamond Mine baseball. So, pretty cool stuff. This game, too, what's so remarkable, it's such a small footprint, and it does so very much. Don't let its Spartan looks deceive you. This is a very, 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 very deep baseball game. All right. I know I'm always pimping this game, but I love it. What can I say? 1 hit so far today for Gallant. Cavaretta being held by Greenberg. 1-1 pitch. This one way outside. York stops it with his glove, preventing any advance. Good play there behind the dish by the Sarge. Ocker checks Cavaretta at first. The count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here is the pitch. This one's hit on the ground toward third. Up with it. Marv Owen to second for the force there. The relay to first, and Gallant just beats it out. So fielder's choice, and the Cubbies trying to keep her going here. Gabby Hartnett homered his last time up. Now at the plate. Another glance to first. 0-1 pitch. 2 hopper to Marv Owen at third. And Detroit gets the third out as they throw to second and get Augie Gallant. All right, Jigger Stats is playing center field now for the Chicago Cubs as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. 6-3 your score with the Cubs leading. Detroit will send up Rudy York to start things off here. Rudy York with a home run in this game. 2-2 offering from Tinning. Ground ball to first. Cavaretta backs up to play it and flips to Tinning for the 3-1 putout. All right, here's John Stone making his first plate appearance. The 1-strike offering from Bud Tinning. Stone belts this one deep into left field. Kyler retreats, and Stone is the second out of the inning. So big loud out. It's down to Billy Regel for the Detroit Tigers as we gear up and get ready for some Dwayne Martz baseball today, hopefully after this. Don't know when. He didn't say. All right. And Pat Mullen will come in now to hit. So Stone was just out there to play a little defense. Full count. Mullen checks his swing. Hartnett appears to the third base umpire, and they say he went around and struck out, and that is your ball game. So the Chicago Cubs defeat the Detroit Tigers. For the Chicago Cubs, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And for the Detroit Tigers, 3 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors. We had a couple home runs in this game, made it exciting. We had 3 home runs in this game. So we're going to save our stats and save our box score. And there we go. And boom, and boom, and boom. And we'll get out of this ball game. All right. Fun stuff so far. So just looking right now, again, we're about just 3 or 4 games into this. And again, there's this league, and then there's this league. So, and then with the all-time great players volume 2, there's 2 more leagues to play and lots of baseball.
I actually just started a Diamond Mine game over here.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. She says, good game. Thank you. You have a great day as well. And she's wishing that to the entire chat. What were you saying, Aaron? I'm sorry.
I actually just started a Diamond Mine game over here.
Oh, cool.
The
Yeah, I can see it on your screen. Looks like you're playing some modern baseball.
35 Tigers and the 65 Dodgers.
Oh, so you playing an exhibition?
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
course,
Good.
I can't
What
tell
set
you.
are you using?
What
Are you using-
huh?
Are you using the all-time great team set, or what are you using?
The one that comes with it by default.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice.
But
nice
the
stuff.
only thing is I can't tell what's going on, which it's miming a game, but yeah.
Right. Gotcha. Well, guys, we want to get Dwayne Martz going here, get him off his butt to do some baseball. So I do want to thank Barbara for coming in. Always great to see her. The heart and soul of this channel, cousin Ken Castro was here. Dwayne Martz coming up with some baseball today. Very soon, in fact, we hope. Yeah. Bernie Strom was here. I've got to reach out to him. Hopefully I'll catch him on Facebook. Aaron Reed, thank you very much.
Please be welcome.
Chris Slovic was here. Bart Lowe was here. Samuel Smith joined us for a little bit of action. Jack Dawson came in to check out Dombrov baseball. RGL Network was with us as well. Philip Reynolds. David Baseball Demos was here. Thank you, David. Always a pleasure to see you. RJL, today is his birthday.
Happy birthday.
It's my birthday too, yeah. All right, so
Wait,
section
yours
5
too?
Day. No, it's just a Beatles song, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
happy birthday, RJL.
Absolutely.
Feliz
Absolutely.
cumpleaños, senor.
John DFW, who is our deity of the Discord, was first one in the ballpark today. Thank you, everybody. And I don't know, if a Pocket Pennant Run update comes out, there will be a game tonight. Until then, everybody take care and go check out some Dwayne Martz baseball, and we'll see you around the batting cage. Take care, guys.
See ya.
See ya, Aaron. Thanks, bud.
All right, ciao.